So this is the end of part 1 for Video Bootcamp, and I want to go over some of the points that we've talked about so far. So the first video, we talked about camera basics, exposure controls to control how much light is going into the sensor, like shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. And then we also went over some other camera settings and controls like white balance and frame rate. From there, we went on to the production process, how videos and films are made, pre-production to production to post-production. The next video was on story. We discussed some of the basic story structures that are very popular in media, going from the 3-act structure to the hero's journey and then Dan Harmon's monomyth. And finally, we had a lengthy video on production design, how video images are crafted. We've covered a lot of information so far on Video Bootcamp, and I'm very proud of all of you for making it this far in the series. And I'd like to emphasize a few important points. First of all, by default, double your frame rate to set your shutter speed. So if your frame rate is 60, your shutter speed should be at 120. If your frame rate is 24, it should be 48 for your shutter speed, or 50 or 60, or however close you can get with your camera. Some cameras can't get 48. And also start off by keeping your camera on the tripod. Characters guide the viewer through the narrative, and the director will guide the viewer on what to focus on visually. Don't skip out on pre-production. Planning ahead will allow you not only to be more efficient when it comes to production and post-production, but it will allow you to do more. Finally, everything needs a story. The 3-act structure should be the baseline for anything that you make. But above all, go and have some fun. Go out and shoot and make mistakes. That's how we improve as creators. If you made a video for part 1, make sure to submit a link to the Google form that's in the description, and I will add it to a playlist. So all of us will have our class projects in this one playlist for everyone to view, and we can check back later and see how much we've improved. From here, we're gonna jump to part 2 of Video Bootcamp, focused on consumer level video. So picking out gear that is for beginners or hobbyists that don't wanna spend too much money, and keeping the barrier to entry as low as possible. Some suggestions of how to maximize the gear that they have and what the production process will look like at this level of production. So stay tuned to the Video Bootcamp playlist for part 2 of Video Bootcamp on consumer level video, and I'll see you there.